Boop.
Maybe y'all should do them over there so we can. Okay, I guess we're doing
they
it
do
now.
damage.
Happy
Yes, they do.
New Year, everybody!
New Year's.
Yeah. Oh, you can't drop these as quick as I thought.
Yeah, I just found that out. I tried to drop another one, it wouldn't let
Yeah,
me.
you gotta wait for it to stop going.
Happy
slowly.
New Year! Woo! Broth, get on this party! Get on this party, Broth! Broth, get on this party! I'm out at the Broth!
Oh yeah, I can do this at least.
What? Oh, that one looks cool. What was that one?
That was a bounce barrel bomb.
Y'all got me.
Of course. This is the star one. Ooh.
I'm trying to get the Broth over to the fireworks, guys.
No problem.
All right, it's time for Timing Apple's special New Year's special
New
thing.
Year's.
Yay!
But you knew that if you saw the fireworks.
Yeah. David is David, Vox is Dylan, and Brett has no name. Say hi, no name.
The guy.
The glowy guy.
Girl.
Whatever.
Girl.
I don't know genders.
Huzzah!
My cat.
Oh, yeah, I should probably press something. Here we go. I took a drink.
Yeah, we could have taken turns doing drinks and they would have known.
Oh, well, I'm drinking. I'm just
David.
gonna keep drinking. What?
How are you talking with your mouth full?
And it's not actually.
I mean, you weren't even doing
Look
it.
at Larry go. There's a lag.
Fuck you.
So we just decided to change up our New Year's video because, you know, that's what everyone does at the end or beginning of a year. They sit down and they talk about what games they played over the year. If they're a gaming channel, if they're a movie channel, they'll talk about movies. If they're comic channels, they'll talk about comics. But we're mostly a gaming channel, I think.
We're here to do it all.
Are we a channel at this point?
Yes, we are a channel. So we're going to do things a little differently. Like, normally, for one, we're live action. Instead, we decided to go to a CGI pub.
Video game.
Because we did not feel like setting up all that shit with our current situation.
Plus, this is fun. This is more
Yeah.
fun, I think. Anyway,
Somehow we're more animated.
It's more work.
so normally we would each choose 5 games that we played throughout the year, and we discuss those. But we're going to do it a bit more streamlined this year. We've instead taken collectively our top 7 games. And we're just going to discuss those 7 games. It's like basically all the games that we collectively enjoyed.
There was
the
no
year.
reason we chose 7. It's just how it ended up.
It's
Well,
just,
like-
it's all the games that we said have to be in this.
Yeah. Like, because if we just did a top 5, I feel like we'd be leaving
We have
out.
a lot of multiples.
Yeah.
We had a lot of overlapping
Yeah.
games.
Hold on a second. Why is my PS3 open?
I'm about to say, with the exception of Brett, but
There we go.
we still had some
Yes.
overlapping.
All right, so anyway, there's no particular order of these 7 games. It's just the first 2 are ones that only one of us played. The next 2 are ones that at least 2 of us played, and then the last 3 are ones that all 3 of us played.
Wait, what are we starting with?
We're starting. Glad you mentioned that. We're starting with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Dylan, take it away.
Assassin's Creed.
Dylan was the only one that played that one.
Yeah,
Dylan?
that game, I honestly, there was a point this year where I didn't know what my game of the year was going to be. I'm still not sure what my game of the year was. But Assassin's Creed Odyssey was way up there. I have never seen a game that actually made decisions have such a big impact on the story so far in. There was the point that stood out to me the most. I'm not going to say what it was because that would be major spoilers, but about 5 hours into the game, I made a decision. 30 hours later, that decision came back to bite me in the ass or save me.
So does this game have multiple endings?
It has a bunch of endings.
Ah, shit.
But technically it's really just sort of who lived, who died. In the end, it's mostly the same ending. But you can have everyone live or everyone die and any combination in between almost.
Okay. How'd it play compared to other Assassin's Creeds?
It really played similar to Origins, but it felt a bit more balanced out, more effectively. So if you played Origins, it's just like that. It's a full-out level system. Your level determines what gear you can or cannot equip. You have an attack rating, a defense rating. Periodically, you're going to be hunted by mercenaries, depending on your wanted level. And those mercenaries hurt. They hurt really, really hard. But if you beat them, they're guaranteed to give good equipment.
Now I got the edition with the giant statue. I hadn't even played it yet.
Yeah.
I have it.
Yeah.
Just the standard edition. I got it on Black Friday for like $20.
I haven't played Red Dead yet either.
Also, don't get too used to the Spartan kick. It greatly drops off in effectiveness after a while. Enemies become immune to being kicked off of cliffs.
But you can have fun with it still.
You still can't kick them off a cliff.
Fun.
It is good for breaking their guard a bit, though.
How big is it compared to other Assassin's Creeds?
It took me about 60 hours, and holy fuck.
Like map wise.
I was mostly talking about map-wise, yeah.
Holy fuck.
That means big.
Yeah. Yeah, it was huge. It was really goddamn huge. The name Odyssey lives up to it.
I always think of the character on the box with Cappy on him whenever I hear Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like thinking about Super Mario Odyssey and the both combined.
But yeah, it was, like I said, I had 60 hours of just running around, doing side quests, doing main missions, and then I really had to go out of my way to unlock more parts of the map. And really, without getting into spoilers, that's about all I can say.
All right, neat.
Yep.
All right, we can move on to the next one, I suppose.
Yep.
Transition drink. The next one
Eh.
will be the game that only Brett played, Octopath
Yay!
Traveler.
Octopath Traveler.
Take it away.
Oh, I was really excited for this game because I wanted to play an old school RPG, like turn-based and all that junk, like Final Fantasy. And this happened to come out right about that time, and it uses old sprites, but it has the Unreal Engine on it, so it has like super cool lighting effects and all kinds of junk that makes it just look everything pop out, even though it's technically old.
I say it's 16-bit
Graphics.
character sprites, but it's
Yeah.
very, very well done.
Yeah, it was.
They didn't. I was about to say they didn't
So-
go for the campy sprites.
Being a Square Enix game, like it had story, it had good story. It just had a really weird way of telling it. I guess I'm going over the parts I didn't like about it first.
Yeah.
So, like with you did get to start with any character you wanted. That was pretty cool, and you just worked your way around the map, getting the other characters as you unlock parts of the backstory. But it was weird because I guess this would have been hard to do because you would have had to cover all the options that players chose to get characters in order in. But like even if you had a team, the dialogue would still be talking like the character you're playing as is like all by themselves in the moment. So it was kind of weird that way. It was like a continuity issue sometimes. But the stories were still good. I liked them. I started with Haunted, the Huntress, and I worked my way around and junk. But the battle system was a lot of fun. It was a really good turn-based battle system. And the jobs and everything worked really well later once you got to hybrid class with other types of jobs and change people around. I don't know. Do y'all have questions about the game?
So, well, you kind of already answered mine. Like, the thing I was mostly concerned about was, like, how interconnected the 8 stories are, but I guess they're not really all that connected.
Well, they are
According to Brett, at the
they
at the
are
end.
not all 8 are so connected, but there's like 4 are really closely connected, then like another 2 are, then the last 2 are. It's stuff like that, but to even get to that information, there's really out of the way weird quests that you have to do that you would only honestly ever get done if you either hardcore tried to do everything in the game, because there was just going around to just random NPCs on the world map.
God, yeah, some
in
of
a
those.
certain order.
By the way,
I
I played the game. I didn't beat it.
I
which
was
is why
even
I'm
watching
not allowed to talk.
watching a video on how to get the overall arcing story part unlocked, and I was getting lost with them telling me what to do, so it was a bunch of crazy crap. But once you actually get there, it's really cool, but it's also extremely difficult. You have to go through like 8 boss fights without stopping for a rest, and it just gets crazy. And but after each boss, you unlock some more backstory, and it really throws together everybody. It's kind of like I don't know. I got kind of a vibe to where there were heroes before these heroes that tried to stop this evil, but they failed by either, I don't know, just not continuing on with what they were supposed to do or getting killed. I'm not going to say which exactly. But there were heroes before these, but now these basically have to come in and clean up the mess that was left behind a long time ago.
Oh,
That's kind of what you get gleaned out of the books. This is just a small part of the intertwining stories. It was really cool. It was really good.
That's pretty neat. And
It was a very fun game.
And I always got the collector's edition sort of nailed this home, but the collector's edition, if you get it, it comes with like this pop-up book type thing where it has like different scenes, I guess, from each of the 8 stories. As like a pop-up book, and that's always how I thought the visuals of the game were. You know, y'all were talking about earlier.
A little bit like that.
Yeah.
It does seem like very 2D scenes, but they're popped up into a 3D into 3 dimensions.
And the water's really shiny.
Yes, the
But
water
y'all-
is really
Yeah,
goddamn
the
shiny.
water looks good.
But you talked about that earlier.
It looks
That's because
crisp.
that's the lighting and the Unreal Engine
Yeah.
doing that thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I was saying earlier, they did use 16-bit sprites, but man, it looks like they did all out with them.
is that all you want to say
That's
about
just
it,
the
Brett?
sprites. Like the background
never
was
mind.
more detailed than the
Yeah.
sprites were, but
Yeah.
it all looked good. It was for Switch. That was cool.
Yeah.
Let me play it at work a lot.
Yeah, this goddamn.
He can play video games at work.
What else do I have to say about Octopath? I wish I would have gotten the collector's edition after I played it.
That's okay. That's why I bought it. What about the music?
I don't know. That's about it.
Oh yeah, the music
Well,
the music was
It
pretty
was
nice.
alright.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded good with the
it
game.
it
wasn't
didn't really
like,
it didn't get old.
nothing
I'll put it that way.
Really, I guess it wasn't as good. Because remember last year, like our top 3 games,
Yeah.
we all said
Music
was one of like our favorite parts
Yeah.
about it.
I said it wasn't the best that we
Well,
ever
it
heard,
wasn't-
but it
wasn't
also
on that level.
I said, but it
was
also
good.
it didn't get old, which is really
It was-
important to a soundtrack.
It was good Final Fantasy music. They've been doing that for a while.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who did the music for Octopath.
I don't know.
We can look it up later.
I say yeah, because I know it
I don't
wasn't.
even know who does the music for Monster Hunter.
Wow.
I actually don't either.
Yeah. The moment you said it, it was like, wow.
Okay, transitioning on to the next one. I'm gonna do
Still drinking.
I'm gonna do this instead of a drink, but I'm still gonna take a drink anyway.
Brett,
the
are
next
those
game,
are those the Kareen arms?
Yeah.
I just realized how much they look like the Electron arms.
Brett, are you lying down? Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
lying down.
Yeah.
Brett's out. Okay,
I'm
which
back.
is appropriate because only me and Dylan played this next game. The next game we're going to talk about is SpiderMan.
Yes.
Spider-Man.
And I want to start off because I haven't been able to start off with SpiderMan. Was a huge surprise for me. Like I was looking forward to it, but I wasn't really too excited for it. Most other people I saw were excited, so that kind of excitement sort of got on me as like, oh, these people are excited about it. I guess I'm kind of looking forward to see how well this turns out too. And it's just because it's like another superhero game. Like besides Batman and Injustice, most superhero games kind of are iffy on the quality, but this one knocked it out of the fucking park.
I'll say, as somebody who actually played the original Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 games, I was a little apprehensive of this just because I didn't know how well it was going to be. It actually still kept me impressed. Admittedly, I'm one of those people. Spider-Man 2 still had probably the most natural feeling web slinging, but this one was still real fluid, real satisfying.
And I disagree on that because I played a little bit of Spider-Man 2 myself,
Eh.
and I still think this is the better web swinging. It.
I mean,
You can feel the motion.
like I
man.
said, you've got more options and it's more fluid.
I
but
didn't know
it
there
felt
was a
more
fast.
real.
I didn't know there was a fast travel option until the middle of the game.
Oh, I just didn't.
and I
care.
never used it.
I knew about it early on. I just never used it.
It was so much fun
Yeah.
to swing around the city, and it felt so good beating up bad guys everywhere, and it just how many villains they ended up putting into this game. It was so good.
Admittedly, I beat the main story and I was done.
And it looks fucking great too. The level of detail in the city is a lot more impressive than I thought it was going to be. And there's all sorts of little references everywhere about different Marvel characters, like the Wakandan embassy is there. Nelson and Murdoch's law office is there.
Isn't Doctor Strange's?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Sanctum Sanctorum. Is that what it's
yeah,
called?
that thing.
But
So yeah, they did a real good job with that one.
and
That
there's-
was my other top 3 almost game of the year.
it was so much fun. I ended up platinuming it. Also, sort of Ricky challenged me to platinum it, but I platinumed it because I was just having so much fun. I didn't even like. I got maybe a quarter of the way through the story before I just started doing side stuff, like collecting pigeons and stuff.
Yeah.
and I basically finished all of the side quests, and I wasn't even halfway done with the story. So I did like half of the story with like most of the equipment.
Yeah. And honestly, the story was what blew me away for this one.
Yeah,
It had some really emotional moments at the end.
Yeah, it felt like playing a Marvel movie, pretty
Oh,
much. And they even had a Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah. I completely forgot about the Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, he was even there, and I don't even think they did that in not any other Marvel game. Well, I haven't really played too many Marvel games. I think the only other Marvel game I played is Lego Marvel Superheroes, which Stan Lee was in.
Yeah.
I
told you guys.
Let's see. Brett, any questions?
No, it was a Spider-Man game. I watched y'all play a little.
But it's a damn good Spider-Man game.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you, most people have probably already played it, but it's worth playing. If you have a PS4, play it. And the DLC's pretty good too. I've played the first episode so far. I haven't finished the other two.
Yeah, I still need to get around to playing those DLCs.
But at least the first DLC episode was still pretty good. They're all like different episodes of the same story. Like the first one is like part one of the story, and so on and so forth.
But technically, you do the prequel to that in the main game.
Yeah. There's a lot of suits.
Yeah.
Want to talk about the suits? Do we want to talk about the suits?
We can just say there's a lot of suits and that each suit has a skill, but you don't have to equip them at the same time.
Yeah, I just used the basic white spider symbol suit the entire time. Dylan likes to switch it up though.
Yeah.
And yes,
I guess that's it.
It's a great
Next
game with lots to do. Great story. Moving on. Drinking time. Just celebrating. And Brett's awake now. He's still not going to really have much to talk about this next game.
I am not. I will go back to bed.
Because the next game is God of War, or
Huzzah.
some people like to call it Dad of Boy.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Bye.
So I want to start out by saying that I was actually excited about God of War ever since they revealed it at E3, and they had this like orchestra play this like haunting music, and then all we used to see is this boy talking, and then like out of the shadows we see Kratos with the beard, and they show the title and has all these Norse symbols on it, and they confirm that yes, this is Norse mythology, this is a new God of War story, but at that point I had really only played God of War 1 and 2. So actually, like,
yeah, at that point I had played God of War 1 and I was not that impressed.
God of War 1 was great.
I mean, it was okay. It was okay to me.
Okay, we're not going to talk about too much about that. I just wanted to say that I basically at the beginning of the year, when I realized, oh shit, this game is coming out in a few months, I marathoned the other 4 God of War games. And then I played that one. I didn't quite make it to the release date. It released as I was still going through it, but it wasn't too long after. But I was able to play the entire God of War series for this one. And I fucking loved it. I need to probably not cuss too much during this, but I freaking loved it. The story is very emotional.
Yes.
I love Atreus, even if he
is a little shit at times.
Yeah, even if he's a little shit at times, that's what kids are. It's a real father and son story, and I wasn't expecting that with Kratos.
No. There were times where I really got pissed at Kratos, but then he would turn it around and just reveal that was how he was raised.
He's actually trying to be a good dad, and he's trying to change and not be so violent.
The opening scene after he cuts down the tree and he just grabs his arms, like that hit me. And I only played the first game.
I loved the sequence at the beginning when he was fighting
Baldur?
Yeah. I was
Although
like,
I guess we shouldn't. Should we bleep out his name there because that's kind of a spoiler?
They say his name at the beginning.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, I guess so.
I wasn't going to do the work to do that anyways.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Edit out the name.
Oh, like I said, it's not that big of a deal. We can mention his name.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't.
It's just probably we shouldn't mention anything else.
Anything else. Yeah.
And it was it
was also a very pretty game.
It is very pretty, and it's actually more open than I thought it was. Like up until then, God of War games were very linear. But
why do you always say that word so weird?
What?
Linear.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
I know, but it pisses me off.
But this one, it started out that word, linear.
Yes.
Fine, I'll try saying it like that. It started out very linear, but then like partway through the game, it did open up, and you could freely go to other places. And there's a bunch of stuff to do.
There was a lot of things where I just said I'll just beat the game and then I'll be done.
No,
and then I went and did everything.
Dylan didn't platinum it, but he basically did all of the other all the major side missions.
Yep.
I wanted to do them, but I really wanted to get to the end before it was spoiled for me. That's what I was worried about because a lot of people played this game.
I said I'm not gonna fight all the Valkyries. 3 hours later, I'm fighting the Queen Valkyrie.
But I was just surprised by how many people played this game because I knew that the original God of War series was popular, but I wasn't really sure of its popularity. But then like everyone was playing this. Like people at work that I would talk to that don't normally keep up with new releases and stuff, they played this game, and that's kind of the reason why I wanted to get through it as fast as possible because I didn't want anything spoiled because I knew there was something at the end that was a big reveal, and I didn't want that
Brett?
spoiled.
No one can see me.
Yeah. He's on the ground anyway. But yeah, it is different, but it's still very similar to the other God of War games. Like the combat looks different, but it's still a lot of hacking and slashing, and there's these moments.
But it does feel a little more visceral to the fights though, which was honestly kind of a problem that I had with the first God of War. Like it was more or less just you swinging around the blades and things died in the process.
Yeah, but like
This one, it felt more intimate of a fight.
As the games went on, you had to sort of not necessarily. It wasn't necessarily just
believe,
one
I do
note.
believe that too. It's just I didn't feel like making
But with
that
this one,
investment. Moving on.
there's still a lot of fights that end with those sequences where you just sort of press a button in the right way and it does this cinematic kill. At least, well, I think he does it automatic. I'm trying to remember actually.
No. It was basically a finishing move.
Okay, so
You get them down to critical health, then stun them at critical health, and then it's run up, click in the stick. You get more health from it, or more whatever.
which is something else
from
that's
it.
actually carried over from the other God of War games too.
Yeah, you get more whatever from it. If it was a strong enough enemy, you had to do a certain quick time event to actually finish the kill move.
And then they still had these big set pieces happening where Kratos was just being flung around everywhere, and he was just trying to kill whatever big thing he was trying to kill.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too specifically about the boss fights, but they like carried over the best parts of the original God of War series and then added and fine-tuned the other parts to make this near perfect experience. And like it was weird that it was a God of War game and it was like that. It impressed the hell out of me.
Yes.
I think, and it impressed the hell out of everyone.
Yes.
It was gorgeous. I cried.
Yeah.
I had fun
there's
splattering the
a
blood of my
part-
enemies everywhere.
There's a part I really want to talk about, but I
Nope,
can't
shush.
talk about.
Just no talking
No.
about specific parts. Just
Oh my god.
generalness. Lovable characters. Yeah. Brett, any questions?
We need to
No.
move on before I just blurt it out.
Okay. God of War was great. Moving on. Take
Moving
a
on.
drink, everyone.
Take a drink.
Now
Yay.
the thing is now we're seeing Brett and he's just been dancing behind me
This
this
is my
entire
favorite. This one's fun.
All right, Brett, get in your spot and drink.
We're gonna let-
I'm already drunk.
We'll just let Brett do what he's doing right now as he discusses Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and
we're
Let's Go
doing
Eevee.
Pokemon? Okay. Time to sit back down. All right. Pokemans. I need a drink for this one. Okay. I played both Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee very quickly. I finished them both before David finished Pikachu.
I had to
So-
work.
So,
But you know what? I completed the whole Pokedex first.
I liked...
All 153.
I liked Pikachu. Let's Go Pikachu better.
Really?
But
Why?
I think I think Eevee is a better starter.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I probably like Let's Go
Definitely.
Pikachu because it was the first one I played. But
Yeah,
I
Eevee-
don't
Eevee got
They're
every
both
type
good.
move.
I think I'll start with the thing I don't like about it the most. So the thing I don't like about the Let's Go Pokemons is it's shared between them, and it's nothing to actually do with the gameplay. The thing I hate the most, well, the only thing I don't like is that you can't use the Pro Controller.
That's actually a pretty big thing. We
Yeah.
should really probably discuss the controls.
I wanted
Yeah.
to use the Pokeball Plus as a controller, but I did not like it. There were things I couldn't do. It has no home button.
Yeah,
so you
it
have
was-
to
it
use the
was
home
kinda-
button anyways with the Joy-Con.
Yeah, it was really kind of
And,
clunky to use the
sometimes it was
Pokeball Plus.
weird. I guess if you get used to it, it's not so bad.
And
But I didn't.
it
feel
was
like
hard.
getting
It
used
was
to
actually kind of hard to gauge throwing it because of how
Yeah.
it read.
So-
using the left Joy-Con was worse than using the right Joy-Con because the right Joy-Con has the home button, so you have everything available to you. And that's just from my shiny hunting standpoint.
As far as the controls are concerned, I think we collectively agree.
Handheld's the best.
Yeah, handheld's the best.
Handheld-
I still haven't
definitely
used it
the
in
best.
handheld.
Really?
What?
I haven't. No, I
Weren't
love.
you trying to get a shiny Vulpix earlier in
That
handheld?
doesn't count as playing.
Well, yeah, that was just me tapping A, going through trades until
Oh.
I ran
Yeah.
out of Vulpix.
Playing it in
soft
handheld mode
reset
is
it, and-
definitely the best way to do it.
But if
say,
you,
I got good with using the right Joy-Con to throw, so I had no problems with
I
it.
lost to shiny because of that.
Ugh.
but playing in TV
don't like
mode,
it.
at least I have found it's better to use the Pokeball than the Joy-Con. At least actually controlling the game. I know it's
like I said, I had a lot easier time throwing balls with the Joy-Con than I did the
I
Pokeball
did
Plus.
not. It would always go to like the far right or far left, no matter what I
Nope,
did. I could not.
I can get excellent shots almost every time.
I can only do really good shots with the Pokeball. But that means I have to get a Joy-Con off if I want to go home or take a screenshot or something. So
Yeah.
that's a little annoying. Yeah, but
Yes.
like Brett said, we really wish that the Pro Controller would have been usable. But what did we like about this game?
Things I do like. It is a good shiny hunting game.
That's Brett spend like 75% of his time in that game shiny
The
hunting.
yes,
I
have
can't
shiny
say- I can't
Mewtwo.
say anything
It'll be
different
on the
than
screen
that.
now. It actually probably has been on the screen the entire time.
yes,
That's my shiny Mewtwo. I'm very extremely
have-
proud of that.
I've spent most
I'm
of my
working on
time.
my second one.
I've spent most of my time trading Vulpix trying to get the shiny Alolan.
I have Melmetal.
So many.
Yeah, I've got Melmetal too. I got it before you. Ha!
I'm really just trying to level everything up to 100 at this point so I can use bottle caps on them.
Yeah.
There's
There is one.
there's chaining the Chansey thing for experience, but I haven't done that yet just because I've been using I've been shiny hunting this whole time, so I just use the experience from catching all those Pokemon to do it
Yeah.
to get me leveled up.
I will say there is one thing that I don't know if I love it or I hate it, but the candies in Let's Go.
I love it.
I mean, I do love it because you can use whatever
It
team
depends
you want.
which candy. If you use the specific Pokemon candy, it's not so bad. It doesn't take a long
I
time.
just mean the candy mechanic in
It
general.
does. You have the option to not use it, so it keeps things leveled fair. But if you do use lots of Pokemon candy, you're basically gonna win no matter what.
Like I said, it
through the
lets you
story.
use whatever Pokemon you want to get through it. But if you really go all the way into it, I used a level 23 Ninetales to take out a team of level 60s.
Oh yeah. So that's
Yeah, that's why I love
the
it.
easy bit. But,
Like I said, I don't know if I love it or if I hate it.
it
but
I didn't like it like at all at first until I learned that the candy boosts are not in PvP fights.
yeah,
So when you're playing another person, the candy doesn't matter.
which I
After
do love that.
After that, I was totally fine with it.
Yeah.
Overall, as just a Pokemon game in general, I was still I was surprised with it because for
it
the
was so much fun.
for the
Let's say
longest
they
time,
did-
I wasn't sure if I'd like it. But
They
then when
really
I started
did a good
playing
job with
it,
making
It
it.
was.
I just wanted to play
fun.
more and more and
so
more.
much fun.
Yeah.
to play.
They basically concentrated Pokemon down to its base elements.
Yeah,
Which-
like it's basically playing the actual yellow version again, just without all the bad parts.
And with
'Cause,
some,
the Pokemon don't have abilities and they can't use held items, which is what it used to be back in the day. So that simplified it. But at the same time, they like all you have to fight with is natures, IVs now, and moves, and it's just.
and they
I
also
don't know,
It's
nothing
simple.
so hard
really
about it.
they don't really have the full breadth of moves that are available.
Yeah, there's a lot smaller move pool in this game.
But they did at
But
least take the best moves, I feel like, or at least like they have enough to where like if
there's
you,
good moves and there's bad moves, but there's not a whole lot of faff.
but at least with every single type, there is a physical and special move.
you got
with each
more
type.
than lick in this game.
Yeah, you've got like
which is a complaint from us playing Red and Blue again. We forgot that the only ghost move that actually could get better or worse depending on your Pokemon, was Lick.
And they kept Fairy, Steel, and Dark moves and that stuff, and it's really cool to see the Pokemon roaming around. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm glad they brought that back. Your
I'm-
Pokemon actually follow you
No,
around.
outside in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. No, I'm talking about just Pokemon showing up.
Yeah.
Oh, that too.
It feels like more of a world.
Yeah.
Like
But I'm not
vision.
sure I necessarily like the Pokemon Go catching thing. I do kind of wish they went back to like you battle
You
the
battled
Pokemon
them, yeah.
and weaken
Yeah.
them.
Well, I didn't like the fact that in order to get experience, you had to use money.
But then
to
again-
get your balls. But
But then again, that was the whole reason why they even have a the candy system in the first place, is so that way that they're sort of. I always thought it was like a replacement for the EVs. Is that what it is, or IVs?
EVs.
yeah,
EVs?
it's to replace your EVs, but it's
But they seem to turn it up to 11 because I was looking at some of the final stats, even with the candies. And they
Yeah.
are much higher than they
They're
have ever been.
freaking
again,
strong.
David. I used a level 23 Ninetales to take on an entire level 60 team.
Yeah, I know. Oh, they did. They also even included a lowland.
Yeah, you
Pokemon.
can get Alolands, but only through trades with NPCs. So
So you can
can't-
also get them from Go.
yeah. So you can't nickname them in there.
I think you can nickname the ones in Go.
Yeah, because you actually re-catch those.
Yeah. By the way, it also connects to Go. But pretty sure everyone knows that. That was
Yeah.
kind of a big advertising part of it.
yeah.
So if you're a little apprehensive about, I do want to say this because I still find people that are a little apprehensive about playing it. If you're a little apprehensive about playing it because you feel like it's a dumbed down Pokemon game, it is somewhat a dumbed down Pokemon game,
But
but
it's-
it makes it more fun because of it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, because you just got to relax while you played it.
And it like Brett said, it does actually make shiny hunting more enjoyable and easier.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a lot easier to.
it's
shiny hunt in
easier
this
to
game.
make like the strongest version of the team that you
I
want.
actually skipped a shiny because it would have broken a chain for the shiny that I was going for. I would have never done that before.
And I do like the it doesn't seem like at first there's a lot to do after the story, but there's actually a lot to do, at least for us since we're hardcore nerds. Like training up the best team, and I love the master
Oh,
trainer
yeah.
things.
It's a nice little addition.
I love that. I'm not sure if I'll
Those are
actually
fun. I
be
did the
ab-
Magikarp.
Oh, you
I
actually
got-
did the Magikarp?
I got my shiny Magikarp leveled up, and I did it.
How long
Nice.
did it take?
It was easy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like I really want to do all 153 of them. I don't know if I have the patience to do all 153 of them, but I would like to do at least my favorites. I need to if I want to fight the other
Shiny
yeah.
thing.
Gyarados is awesome.
But there's a lot of little extra things to do at the end that expands the game, even though it's only Kanto. And I kind of, because of this, I kind of want to see them do this with Johto and see how that turns out. At least that's just me. I don't know if y'all want to continue with this style or not.
I
wouldn't
don't.
mind.
I mean, I wouldn't mind
I don't-
if they did it. I would love it. But if they didn't, I wouldn't care.
I don't know if I'd want them to go further than Johto with it, but I would like it to be. I'd like the idea to be expanded on a little bit because that's basically what Gold and Silver was, is an expansion of the original Pokemon idea, and basically everyone seems to consider it perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pokemon. Let's go Pikachu and Eevee. Very enjoyable game. Good game. It's on our 7 games we liked this year. Transitional drink.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Transitional whatever gesture that anyone wants to do right now as we
Huzzah.
move on to my personal actually game of the year. It's a little game, you may have heard of it. I don't know how many of y'all have. It's just something from Nintendo called Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Woohoo! I was expecting a bigger thing than that. Brett.
Woo.
That's about as much as we're going to get from Brett.
Yep.
So yeah, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate was everything I'd hoped it'd be and more. It is big
Still haven't
game.
finished World of Light.
For once, they didn't take out my mains.
Well, they didn't take out anything.
They brought all of them back.
They did take out something.
What'd they take out?
Stage creator.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But I really didn't like that in the Wii U or 3DS versions. I loved it in Brawl.
I'm not complaining because what's all in that game makes it huge. There's
Yeah.
a lot of fire. The World of Light is massive.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it to be that. It took me 30 hours.
Yeah.
30 hours to get through the story mode in a Smash game. Of course, I did all the fights, but still, most people that I talked to that didn't go through all the fights still took them about 20-something hours.
Yeah,
Like, Dylan, how
same.
long did it take you?
23 hours.
It's massive. There's a lot of fights, a lot of shit to do. There's a lot. There's like other mechanics in it too. Like on the board, there's like these dojos and these shops, and all kinds of junk, and the spirits actually expanded the possibilities with this game tremendously. With not only just gathering the spirits in the World of Light, but the spirit board. There's some spirits that you don't actually get through World of Light. You have to go to spirit board to get, or just randomly by playing classic mode. And like all those fights just add a lot more breadth. And I know that some people actually use the spirits in actual fights against other people, which I kind of want to do ourselves to see what we can do with that.
I want to know what that does to the balance, if the actual power comes into play or if it's just
Well, we can find out.
yeah. I mean, that's what I've been worried about because I feel like there would just be a meta then.
Not all. Well, not all the fights between us have to be like tournament legal or whatever. Some of them can just be fun. I mean, most of the time we just like to have it set the bob-bombs and see who survives.
Yeah.
But that's
That's
like
what's great about Smash.
But that's I was about to say there's so many options. There's like
Yeah.
over freaking 100 stages. I guess 300 if you actually do the Final Destination Battlefield. If you count those, I don't necessarily count those as other stages. Well, I guess they kind of
it would
are.
just be I would just call that Final Destination reskinned.
Yeah, and there's like 74 fighters with more to come. I am so stoked for Joker. I don't know. Well, I guess I've already mentioned that in one of our previous Smash videos, but I am really excited for Joker. I'm really excited to see who else gets in. I know there's a lot of leaks, but I mean, nothing is confirmed until it's confirmed. I said that right?
Yeah.
Close enough. We need to go a bit more in depth though, because last time we talked about Smash, Ricky and Bailey complained about how we didn't go as in depth.
Well, they're gonna complain again
Well, like
because we're done. Next
we are
week.
really.
No, I
You don't have anything else to say.
I've
I mean,
been
it's
beating
a
a lot of people from work. That's been fun.
Yeah, Brett likes getting told rules of you're not allowed to play Ike
Yeah,
anymore.
they don't let me play my mains.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Brett, you can't use Ike. And I'm like,
Fine,
That's
Pikachu.
when-
Wham.
They're
come
just
on.
a-
They're like, no. And I'm like,
They're just a bunch of wimps.
And I
They
use
need.
my secret main Lucario when they don't tell me anything.
They just need to get better. It's not your fault that they suck. I use my freaking main against people that aren't as good. And
I'm
I
just so
don't care.
happy I got Wolf back. I'm just so happy.
I'm happy for a lot of things.
I like they made it easier to use some of the higher leveled mechanics. in the
Definitely.
game.
Wait, like
Like some of the stuff I was showing you, I do with Ike now.
Oh.
Like I didn't know how to do that stuff before.
Yeah.
It's all things I've learned how to do in this game, and they made it really easy.
We don't know the tournament. Like
by the way, I learned a trick and I need to get the timing on it down. I've done it a few times. B reversing.
Yeah, I talked to Bailey about it.
Yes, it's fun.
we don't
it's
really.
fun when you pull it off right.
We're
I
not-
don't even know what a B reverse is.
We're not. Yeah, I'm trying to say we're
I'll
not
go
as,
over that with y'all later.
We're not
It's
as
fun.
familiar with all the vocabulary necessarily, so we'll do what we can. We're trying our best to describe what we're talking about.
Air, nair, up air.
I thought Nair
Those are
was a
pretty
hair
simple.
removal
Control air.
cream.
You jump and you press A.
Yeah.
No direction. Nah.
Smash is so much fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna get bigger, and I'm excited. And I want to get all the spirits, but there's a lot of them.
I don't. So-
I missed one. There was that Mario event.
I didn't
Oh,
start
yeah.
with what I don't like.
Oh, what do you not like?
The main song.
Oh shit, no one
Ah,
cares.
fuck you.
Basically the thing that you hear
Fuck you.
all the time. Like every time I start the game, I have a da na 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 da na 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 like in my head before the game starts, and it goes to that, and I'm like, oh, why is it this? This is terrible.
Well, everyone else loves it, so screw
I
you.
found one other person.
Oh, okay, well,
how many more games do we have to cover?
This is the second to last.
Okay.
Smash is great and fun. It's only going to get bigger. Moving on. Transitional drink, because I guess Dylan has somewhere to go.
I told you
That's
they
the
don't
wrong
care if we're
controller.
recording or not. They're gonna want me.
Anyway, so
Can you get drunk off of 2?
Brett's probably going to be wanted to start off the discussion
Yes,
of the
you
next. This is
can.
probably our
Get
collectively.
drunk off of 2.
This is our collective game of the year. I bet it's not necessarily my personal game of the year, but all three of us collectively, it's our
Yes.
game of the year. Brett, do you want to say what it is?
It is. Oh, we don't have a hunting horn. I was going to say drum roll. Blah, 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 blah. Monster Hunter World.
Which I actually
This game.
forgot came out this year.
Yeah,
it
it's easy to forget it came out this
Yes,
year.
It's
it
almost been a
did.
year since it
We
came
did
out.
we've done so much
Oh my
stuff in this
God.
game.
So, Brett-
And the expansion just got announced for
Oh man,
2019.
So,
And it
Brett, what do you
looks
not like
and it
about
looks
this
like
game?
My baby's coming
Oh.
back in that game.
Hold up. What did
Or
you
in that
just say?
expansion.
What do you not like
What
about
do
this
I
game?
not like about Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Let me tell you. There's only one thing I don't like about this game.
No G rank.
the reused models for weapons.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Other
kinda
than
sucks.
That is a thing.
This game is perfect.
I will say I do wish they wouldn't use the bloated values, but that's easy enough to work around.
Yeah, I don't even know what
You
that
don't know
is.
what that
Yeah,
is.
they wouldn't even know what that is, but
We'll leave that for a different video.
But people
Or
who
they
play
can
Generations
go-
know
or
what
they-
that
they can
means.
watch Gaijin Hunter.
Because so like you mentioned Generations, I do want to point out that Generations came out this year, as long as 2 Monster Hunter games came out
I
this
say
year.
yeah, Generations Ultimate came out, but we kind of don't like using expansions, which I guess
Well,
technically
I
Ultimate
do.
is.
I was actually just going to sort of compare the two because Generations Ultimate was like a culmination of Monster Hunters up until that Monster Hunter game came out. Like, there's so many fights, and like, if you, I was trying to sort of think about which I liked more. Which
It basically holds references and characters from every Monster Hunter game,
In fact-
including new ones, except
Yeah.
from Monster Hunter World.
but like actually
That's because
comparing
it came
the
out
two,
after Generations,
Yes.
so
as much as I
Generations
have
Ultimate.
a nostalgic
Yeah.
attachment to how Monster Hunter used to be, I really like how Monster Hunter is now. It is a lot. The quality of life stuff that they added to it,
Oh, yeah.
I really love, and I just like how
Oh,
it's
yeah.
more streamlined. And
But it also brings up a whole bunch of back in my day
yeah,
arguments.
I
But
do,
we lived in that day, and this is amazing.
yeah.
I do think that this is great for Monster Hunter. I hope Monster Hunter continues like this.
I'll say because this game just moves so fluid. Every action feels natural.
It looks great.
But on the other hand, didn't we also once complain about that because the monsters move too natural and it's too easy to read
It's
them?
really hard to play Great Sword in this game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
The natural movement for wielding an 8-foot-long sword made of solid steel is
No, I like it a
you
lot.
don't.
I love the new charge attack.
Yeah.
I like the new shoulder charge mechanic. It's just a lot harder to predict where the monster's going to be.
Yeah.
I love Sword
Which
and
is-
Shield in
which
this
is-
game.
About to say, which is really kind of weird considering how monsters move in the other games of hey, look at
Yes.
it, look at it.
I like
But
Sword.
I could know. I knew what was
Yeah,
going
it's
on.
really kind of weird how in old Monster Hunters they'd be glitching over all over the place, but you would know if I stand behind the right foot right here, I have enough time to drink a mega potion before it can hit me.
I really took up gunning a lot in this game.
I like Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I took up
And
Sword and
then
Shield in this one, too.
Generations Ultimate, I've been gunning a lot there.
You
too.
could just unlimited attack, unlimited, no limit on attacks
You
with
could
Sword
do
and
that in
Shield.
Generations
Maybe I
too.
was just like
Yeah, but
just staying away from
It was
monsters
yeah,
is
it's a
great.
lot easier in this one.
it's a lot easier to do this game because you're basically
Yeah.
just pushing one button in just a different direction. Whereas in
Yeah.
Generations,
Hashtag no skill.
I just don't like having to press multiple buttons. Okay, that's
I
why
do-
most
I like
other
how-
ones.
I like how freely you're able to get out of shit.
That's why most other games I
Yeah.
just played Switch X.
Is that here's my spot? I'm sticking
This
to
is,
it.
I think actually more like old Monster Hunter games than Generations Ultimate is. We don't have arts and
Yeah.
stuff to get us out of trouble.
Yeah,
I guess we have there's man tools, but
but those are not anywhere near the same.
I don't really think arts are necessary.
well, temporal mantle's kind of like
Adaptive aid,
Adaptive
only
aid, whatever
even
you
less
want.
skill.
I always thought
Yeah.
that arts sort of added more stuff than what was needed. Yes, it gave you different ways to use different weapons, but this game kind of combined a lot of that and put like the best parts of each of those into
Yeah.
the weapons moveset anyway. And the stuff that people didn't use isn't here, so it's not really. At least that's what I think. It's not really a big deal.
I say yeah. I do feel like arts were kind of weird because it's not an equipment, so why can't you do it at any time anyway? But with this one, yeah, it's just part of the weapon.
This game's also gorgeous.
Yes.
We need to mention that.
Cool.
We were watching the sunset earlier,
Yeah.
and it looked great. It's not.
Characters silhouetted and everything.
This game isn't the most story-driven Monster Hunter, but the fact that it
It's gonna
actually
be hard to top 4's story.
It 4 had an amazing story.
But this game
Yeah.
is definitely more cinematic than
Oh, yeah.
the other Monster Hunter game, especially with the way it starts.
Mm-hmm.
And it does try to tell us, at least
it tells somewhat of a tale.
it tells a story that at least makes you want to keep going with it. Whereas a lot of Monster Hunter games are sort of, hey, you're part of a research, just go kill this monster for research. But like here, I mean, yes, you're part
Hey,
of a
the
research.
village is in trouble halfway through the game. You've
Mocha
already
Woods
beaten.
was in trouble.
You're not wrong.
We saved it.
But with this one, you're part of a research committee or whatever. I forget what it's called. But
Commission.
like commission, is it really?
Yes.
Committee.
Whatever. But like you're also trying to explore this new world. Like a lot of these places no one has seen before, and you're discovering it for the first time. And
You're actually finding indigenous tribes. Granted, they're not human, but
They're
you're finding
mean.
indigenous tribes. Not all of them. Only the Gajalakas.
Yeah, they're mean.
Only the Gajalakas are mean.
but yeah, there's.
The Grimalkins, the fancy cats.
Yeah.
It's just. I really hope Monster Hunter continues like this. I hope it doesn't go back. I really don't want it to go back.
Haven't they said this is kind of the direction they're going to take?
Yeah.
A lot of people say that.
Well, no,
When
like
the
from
next
Capcom, I
mainline
think they
Switch
said
one
it's
comes out.
what?
When the next mainline Switch one comes out, I think we'll see
Yeah.
what they're gonna be like.
Who knows? They might keep it on PS4.
But there's gonna be
They're
another
gonna
Switch
have
one at some point.
Switch.
Yeah.
Switch is big. Everything's trying to make it to Switch. There's gonna be another one on Switch eventually.
And with the way they've always done with this game, they want it to be portable. Even though missions take like 20 minutes, they want it to be portable.
So, Brett, anything else you want to say about Monster Hunter since you're the big Monster Hunter guy?
I'm looking forward to my baby coming back.
I
They
will.
added a new. Well, it's not a new type of fight. It's the siege fights in this.
Oh,
game.
yeah.
They've had sieges before, but not like this.
Yeah.
Where it's a 16-player siege, everyone working together to take down a monster. That's really neat.
I feel like
does
that's a
look
little
cool.
misleading way of describing it,
is.
but yeah.
But
Yeah.
everyone's working towards the same goal, even though you're still in a
Yep.
team of 4. You're the worst, Bailey.
I was trying to tell him to shut up so you. Bailey, just don't talk and you'll be fine.
Bailey's fine.
But I did want to say. Oh, crap. What was I going to say? I have talked to some people because this game. Because this game was a big PS4 and Xbox One release, and it was sort of advertised as more.
PC.
It's also PC. It was like
Eventually.
advertised to more people, and more people sort of got into it because of how much they showed it off. A lot of people that weren't familiar with Monster Hunter tried playing this the first time and didn't really get into it too much. And I wanted,
It was kind of hilarious seeing all of
It's
them
very
complain.
hit or miss.
It was hilarious hearing some of the complaints about the quality of life in this game, and us just sitting there going, "You don't know."
actually, I remember that now. Actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
people complaining about how it was so hard to keep up with the
Inventory, the
farm,
menus, and
the
it was like,
inventory,
it's like,
the
you
items.
know
It's like,
nothing.
are you kidding me? Like, do you know how great the
It's like,
item wheel
hold
is?
on, I can reorganize my equipment,
God.
my items, get the farm going, get the Argosy, and forge an entire armor set in less than 15 minutes. Oh my god!
But the point that I was trying to make is that a lot of people also try to do this by themselves, and I want to tell the people that sort of tried that and find that they kind of didn't like it or had trouble. It is a
This
lot
is meant
better.
to be a group game.
It's meant to be played with friends. So if you can find friends to help you out, definitely do that. It's meant to be played like that. It's much more fun to be played with friends. I'm not trying to use that as an excuse.
If you don't have friends, Discord exists.
I'm not trying to use that as an excuse for some shortcomings. It is kind of hard at the beginning, but
Monster Hunter's always had a real
I
hard
think
learning
the best
curve.
advice I give, well, the thing I tell pretty much everyone when they start a game
Get good.
is to well, there's that.
Yeah.
But there's honestly to not experiment with a bunch of weapons. Choose a weapon and stay with it. Like you can try a little bit of other ones, but it's really best to learn the game with the weapon. 'Cause once you get good with one weapon, the rest just come easy. Like
Well, easier.
it's
You're not going to swing around the sword and shield and then go
it's
to a
like,
lance.
Once using the one weapon teaches you how to play Monster Hunter, and once you know how to play Monster Hunter, you know how to learn. It's just easier to learn.
You've gotten more familiar with monsters. You've gotten familiar with.
That's really
Yeah.
all is getting familiar with monster movements, the mechanics of the game, that kind of stuff,
and find friends.
and friends.
Yeah.
Friends help tremendously. That's
Yeah.
all I got to say, really. Anything anything else?
I think we pretty well covered.
Okay. So, Monster Hunter World, great game.
Yep. Looking forward to the expansion.
Amazing.
Yep, there's an expansion coming out at the end of this year. It's
I was
so
like-
far away.
Oh, man.
But that's TimingApple's 7 games of 2018. We're now in 2019. Let's see what oh god, Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out at the end of the month. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Oh, don't
Already
even
did
get me.
it 3 times.
Don't even get me started on Detective Pikachu.
Okay.